Hi, welcome back. We are going to read Chapter 7 of the Panda Puzzle, which is our A to Z mystery read aloud. So the kids just got done interviewing Flip Francis, and he works at the fitness center. And remember, he drove away in a Jeep, and they found out that he has a canoe. And so some of the kids think that Flip is the one who stole Winnie. So we're going to read Chapter 7 now. The kids hurried to Josh's house. His parents were waiting. "We'll be back in about an hour," Josh's mom told him as she climbed into the family car. Josh's dad waved and pulled out of the driveway. "I want to ride the pony," Brian yelled, tugging Josh's arm. "No, I want to catch turtles in the river," Brian's twin brother Bradley bellowed, yanking the other arm. "You can't do either one without Mom and Dad's permission," Josh said. "Then we get candy," Brian said. "No, we get ice cream," Bradley argued, bolting for the house. Josh sighed and followed his brothers. Dink and Ruth Rose laughed, and they trailed after Josh. Inside, Josh poured 5 glasses of orange juice. Brian jumped off of his chair and ran from the room. He was back in a flash with a flat cardboard box. "Let me help," Bradley said. "No, it's my puzzle," Brian yelled. "Josh!" "You guys do the puzzle together, or not at all," Josh said. "And don't get your sticky little fingers all over my pieces." "What's the puzzle, Bradley?" Ruth Rose asked. "Weasley bears," Bradley answered, dumping the pieces onto the table. The picture on the box showed a mama grizzly bear and her cub. The puzzle pieces were large, just right for 4-year-old fingers. Brian and Bradley had done this puzzle before. Their hands flew over the pieces, jamming them into place. A few minutes later, the puzzle was complete, except for one piece. The baby grizzly bear's face was missing. "You took it," Brian yelled at his brother. "Did not, you did," Bradley yelled right back. "Don't argue, guys," Josh said. He dropped down to the floor and looked under the table. "Not here, but maybe it's in your room." The twins flew out of the kitchen and thundered toward their bedroom. 20 seconds later, they charged back into the kitchen. Bradley held the missing piece in his little hand. He lurched back into his chair and fitted the piece into place. "Where'd you find it?" Josh asked. "Under my bed," Bradley said, grinning. "I wish finding a missing panda was that easy," Dink said. Ruth Rose sat up. "That's it," she said. "Maybe we should be looking for Winnie and not the guy or girl who took her." "But where?" Dink asked. He could have stuck her anywhere." "If I kidnapped a panda bear," Ruth Rose said, "where would I hide it?" Josh took a bowl of apples out of the refrigerator and gave one to his brothers. "You can feed the cores to the pony," he told them. The twins shot out the back door, racing each other to the barn, and Pal went after them. Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose took their apples outside. They sat on the back steps and watched their twins pet Polly through the coral rails. "Baby panda bears aren't housebroken like regular pets," Josh said. "You couldn't really hide one in your house." "And I bet Winnie's missing her mom," Ruth Rose said. "She'd probably cry a lot. People would hear her." "Right," said Josh. "So the kidnapper probably hid her where it's already noisy." Dink watched Polly the pony chomp Brian's apple core. "The kidnapper has to feed Winnie, so he would keep her nearby." "I know a place," Ruth Rose said. "It's noisy, it's smelly, and not far from the zoo." Josh grinned at Ruth Rose. "I do too." "The fitness center, right?" Ruth Rose nodded. "If Flip stole Winnie, that would be the perfect place to hide her." "Should we go back and have a look?" Dink asked. "Well, what do we do about Flip? If he really is the kidnapper, won't he be suspicious when we show up?" Dink reached into his pocket and brought out the passes. "Kids get in free today," he said. "Excellent. We can go for a swim and snoop around." And that is the end of chapter 7. So the kids have a plan to go to the fitness center and kind of snoop around to see if that would be a good place for Flip to be hiding Winnie. And they think that it will be because it's noisy and smelly and close to the zoo where Winnie was stolen from. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens next.